2 months ago, I was visiting Punjab, India, looking into the possibility of setting up vocational trainings and feasibility studies for that. We met the first family, father, mother, 4 children. We met at their home, a tiny mud house, 1 cot, a few utensils in the corner, kitchen, and no indoor plumbing. The father says to me, "My son goes to school." And I ask him, "How old is he?" He's the eldest. He's 8. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, he looks 4. Malnutrition. No indoor plumbing. No food. Vocational trainings. How can a child who hasn't enough food be able to absorb the education that he's getting? The brain cells need to be fed. Food, shelter, sanitation, clean water, health, vocational trainings. These are all interdependent factors if you want to look into the possibility of helping marginalized women and children improve their livelihoods. Nonprofits want to have results as well. They work very hard to be able to set up projects for marginalized people. And they want to get good results as well. So how do you set up a project to be able to really improve the livelihoods? Nobel Prize winner Muhammad Yunus says that if you want to understand what the results would be for projects of marginalized people, then you not only need to look into the returns on investment, but you need new yardsticks to also understand the social returns on investment. Nonprofits, as I said before, want to achieve the results as well. The question is, how do you do it? How do you get different results when you're working under different circumstances, when you're working under difficult circumstances? Circumstances with cultural situations. When an entrepreneur starts a new project, she knows where to start. And she knows as well that she sees a linear growth. She wants to add value to the project, to what she started. She wants to have add-ons. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to gain. Nonprofits want to do as well. And of course, we know that it's never a linear growth. There's always some obstacles. You go right, you go left a bit, but an entrepreneur is innovative and is able to take care of the obstacles. As I said, nonprofits want to have those gains as well, want to do good for the marginalized people as well. So let's take a step back and look into the yardsticks as well. To be able to help marginalized people, you need to look into the interdependent factors. And you want to have customized solutions to be able to have the project successfully be implemented. So the first point is the value creation. When you look into the value creation, for the marginalized people, it's an improvement in their livelihoods. So that's one. For customized solutions, we also look into product development and into the distribution channels. Because you can make a customized product, but you need to market it. So you also need to look into the distribution channels. Let me give you another example. A couple of years ago, I was visiting an orphanage. 200 children. They had food, shelter, education. 5 buildings, and the grounds beyond. And we're talking to the management team, and we're talking to the children, and they look happy. And I'm thinking, isn't this awesome? An orphanage with happy children? So I asked them, what are your plans for the future? The children are getting education. They'll turn 18 soon. So what are the plans for the future? And the management team says to me, see these grounds beyond? These are all ours. We raised funds for them. And now we're planning to make more buildings because we want to have an increase. We want to be able to make more hostels. We want to be able to make health clinics. We want to do more. But we need to make strategic choices, and that's when you come in. And I'm thinking, and I say so to them, why did you start a construction company yourself? Help the children get vocational trainings. They could become plumbers and carpenters and engineers and administrators. So you've already got product 1 that is customized. That's the food, shelter, and education for the children. And if you would think about the future as well, you would be creating jobs for them. So start with a pilot project. Start building a building over here inside the walls. And with the experience, you can go even beyond the walls. You'd also be able to tap into your network. And the management team could be able to go to their networks as well and to tap into the possibilities. So we're talking about product development, and we're talking about going beyond the walls and into the distribution channels. And for this, you also need a solid management team. So we had value creation, we have product development, we have the distribution channels, and we have the management team. A solid management team has the foresight, has the foresight to be able to tap into the possibilities. And once the local organizations see what a success it's become, they would come, and they would come with orders, and they would create more possibilities to be able to grow. And the management team would be innovative and would be able to look into the obstacles and would be able to see what would work and what would not work. So management team, a strong management team is just as important as well. We have a workspace where women come to work and learn. They started making simple products. They started making hand warmers. 1,000 hand warmers later, we need to bring them to the markets. We need to sell them. And so we tapped into our own network and went to retail shops and to neighbors, surrounding areas, and we sold them. And then they came back to us saying, would you be able to make baby toys as well? Would you be able to sew as well? So one of the ladies went home and got her hand-cranked machine. And that was the start. So they started off with making toys with hand-cranked machines, moved on to foot pedal machines, and now they're working with industrial machines. And we've got even orders coming in from as far as Australia. The entrepreneurs want us to make products which they have already tapped into. They can sell it in Australia even. And so it was great that the management team had the foresight to be able to help the ladies plan. And the best part is that one of the ladies came to me quite recently, and she said something that really brought a smile to my face. She said, you know, we've been getting wages, and we've been saving. We were told to save, so we've been saving money. And I'm actually very sick of the inflation and having to pay the rent. So I'm going to put a down payment. I'm going to buy my own house. And I'm thinking, wow. Not only was the management team able to plan, but the ladies have gotten so used to it, they're planning their own future. It's awesome. The charity-based business approach has taught them to look beyond the first day, to look beyond their first week, to look beyond and think of the future. So we have value creation, we have product development, we have distribution channels, we have a strong management team. And the fifth aspect we look into is risk reduction. Think of the Hippocratic Oath. Do no harm. To be able to plan ahead, to be able to look into the eventual constraints, makes it possible to see that you can reduce any risks that would be in front. Because at the end of the day, you cannot say, oops, I made a mistake. I can stop it. There is no margin for the marginalized to take away their hope. So charity-based business approach starts with the feasibility research. When you donate the good funds, you really want to have made sure that you've improved the livelihoods of marginalized people. So please share this thought with others. And let's go out in the world to help the marginalized people and to do good, to do even better than good. On behalf of all the marginalized people we help, I say up front, thank you.